Swinburne University of Technology.
Good morning, everyone. I'm John Fong, and I'm the project manager for the Digital Aquarium. Thank you for coming today. We have a special guest to start the proceedings. I'd like to introduce you to the Now robot, who will be making the opening speech.
Hello everyone, I am Now, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the official opening of the Digital Aquarium. The Digital Aquarium is an innovation lab to explore technology and innovation in learning and teaching. For more than 100 years, Swinburne has been committed to innovative education, producing outstanding graduates and delivering enduring outcomes for our industry partners. With a focus on science, technology and innovation, our reputation for high quality, engaged teaching and research is reflected in Swinburne's consistent ranking among the top 3% of universities in the world. The Digital Aquarium will take us even further, thanks to our technology partners, Samsung, Blackboard, Microsoft, Adobe and Cisco. They have brought us the latest technology. By collaborating within Swinburne and outside of Swinburne, our aim is to explore emerging technology to further engage with our students. Maybe one day you might even see me in a classroom. Thanks for coming and have a great day.
So the Now robot was provided by the Brainery, which is an international distributor of educational resources. So many thanks to Jonathan Kingsley for allowing Now to visit us today. And now I would like to invite the Vice-Chancellor of Swinburne University, Professor Linda Kristjanson, to say a few words.
Thank you very much, John. And as is the custom at Swinburne, may I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. And I would like to begin by extending a warm welcome to the Honourable Nick Wakeling, MP, Minister for Higher Education and Skills in the Victorian Government, and our industry partners. It's wonderful to have you here and help us celebrate this milestone for our university. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to the staff and students who have joined us for this official launch of the Digital Aquarium. I must admit, when I watched our little guy get up, I said to the Minister, I have days when getting out of a chair feels that way. You know, so. Anyway, we'll have to work on the joints there. Swinburne has partnered, as you've heard, with Adobe, Blackboard, Cisco, Microsoft and Samsung to create this innovation lab here at our Hawthorne campus. By ourselves, we are a very good university. With our industry partners, we're absolutely stellar. So it's through these partnerships that we are able to really offer much more exciting, relevant and engaged teaching, learning and research that informs our pedagogies. And you're seeing an example of that today. This vibrant, modern and creative space will not only assist our academic staff to better connect with their students, but it will also provide new and exciting opportunities for the university. Technology is already a huge part of the process and what we do, but every day we find new innovation can also be an opportunity in higher education and help us to really aspire to even greater things in these areas as we continue to learn. As you might have heard from the robot, our vision is to be, by 2020, Australia's leading university for science, technology and innovation, and ensure that we bring together the business and design and innovation that really underpins those initiatives. The Digital Aquarium, therefore, is absolutely concordant with those aspirations because it allows a space where we can bring the best of innovation in teaching and learning to meet the needs of our students. So this will allow our academic leaders to experiment with new ways of teaching and learning and new pedagogies. And through that work, we will be able to really play a role not only in our own practices and processes for teaching and learning within the university, but to be a leader in pedagogical understanding and be able to publish those results and share with others worldwide the advances that we're already making. So we see it as a very inspirational space for our people. You will see that this is both a physical and an online space for academic and support staff across the university to experiment. It's a place for them to also meet and exchange ideas and to encourage collaborative research projects. The data that we gather from the teaching and learning helps us to learn how to better tailor our teaching and education, how to improve our assessments. We really need to move on beyond those days when I was a student where it was chalk and blackboards and handwritten exams. Students don't write anymore, let alone write exams. So we really need to grow with them and think about ways that we can stay abreast of the new opportunities and make sure that learning really is embedded and meaningful for them. We want to make innovation in teaching more accessible, not only by creating a space for experimentation, by putting the right systems in place so that through those experiments we can then roll these out and scale them up across the university and more widely. It also allows us great opportunities for new research and perhaps to reach students who might have particular learning needs where we can tailor the kinds of teaching that we do. In conclusion, the Digital Aquarium forms part of the innovation narrative here at Swinburne and extends the implications for innovation from research to the way we encourage our students to engage with new knowledge through their learning. We believe that the facility will encourage collaboration across disciplines as well. The Digital Aquarium will be putting Swinburne on the map for innovative learning, teaching and assessment, and will shine a new light on the up-and-coming technologies. We're very proud to be a partner with Samsung, Blackboard, Microsoft, Cisco and Adobe, companies that share the same values and innovation for a search for excellence. We're excited to collaborate with them in events and showcase the emerging trends in educational technology and technologies that may be transferred for educational purposes. And we look forward to a deeper and long-term relationship that will benefit all. And finally, I'd like to acknowledge the Learning Transformations Unit, the Associate Deans of Teaching and Learning Innovation that are here today, ITS, because you are the backbone to make this happen, the advisory group of the Digital Aquarium, Engagement, and Swinburne Library for their support. The library is no longer books. This is a completely different world as we understand content and accessing knowledge. So it touches every part of the university as we're part of this very exciting and innovative space. This is the kind of teamwork and cooperation across the university that has allowed us to achieve those rankings that were mentioned earlier by my colleague. It has helped us to be ranked as one of the top 400 universities in the world for the third consecutive year, as measured by the Academic Ranking of World Universities. Just to give you a picture and a context for that, the other universities that are in that ranking are 160 years old. We are only 25 years old as a research university. We're 100 years old as a technology institute, but we are only 25 years old as a research university. So that means that we have focused very deliberately in areas where we know we can be world class. We are not spreading ourselves widely. We are focusing very deliberately in those spaces of science, technology, business, and innovation, and we take pride in that. I think another important achievement, and this is something that will only reinforce that ranking, is the fact that we have been named consistently, really since 2007, as a university that achieves 4 or 5-star, this year 5-star rankings for teaching quality and student satisfaction. So we have not focused on our research to the detriment of our teaching. We value both. We know that those are both sides of the same coin, and we need to pay attention to both sides. And the more we can be innovative in our research, the more we'll inform that teaching and learning. We also see that this lab is a live example of how innovation in teaching and learning will lead to important research questions that will inform education. And that is a contribution that we're very sincere about progressing. So again, I close by saying welcome, thank you to this extremely exciting day. I hope you all have time after the speeches to visit the various sites around the room and hear more from our industry experts about how we're making such huge differences. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kristjanson. So now I'd like to invite Professor Gilly Salmon, Vice-Chancellor of Learning Transformations, who is also the sponsor of this Innovation Lab, to speak about the Digital Aquarium.
Hi everyone, colleagues. I'm delighted that today is our official launch of the Digital Aquarium. Few people ask me why did we call it that. Well, it's an acknowledgement that it's ecological. You can't change the way we learn and teach without partners, without addressing technology. And I guess we called it the Digital Aquarium. The Learning Transformations Unit had their Christmas event in Melbourne's Melbourne's Aquarium, and we recognised that it was both educational and a bit of fun and a bit of entertainment. So it's okay to enjoy it as well as be educated. So some of you will remember that we had a soft launch in May this year after the room was finished. And we had our first sponsors and supporters in the tank, as it came to be known at that point. But we wanted to wait until we'd actually done some stuff before having our most important launch at the moment. And it is amazing what's been achieved just in a few short months with a bit of space for innovation in learning and teaching. We've made a big splash already, I think, across the university. 3 deep dive events, including flipped learning and wearable technology, events to support academics in their use of social media for teaching. We've undertaken a whole series of mass learning design workshops in this room, which we call Carpe Diem, Seize the Day. And one of our aquarium sponsors, Blackboard, has been heavily involved in those. We've launched our treasure chest events. These are based on the idea of Dragon's Den, if you know the TV programme. But here academics can pitch new ideas and get rapid feedback from experienced staff. We've also awarded 13 Learning Futures scholarships for staff to explore and develop their innovations in learning, teaching and assessment. We've been showcasing Swinburne's commitment to education innovation to groups outside of the university too. And of course, last but not least, we've loved working with and exploring technological opportunities from our technology providers. And I'd like to add my thanks to sponsors and supporters for bringing us so far, so fast. Now that's the first 3 months. In universities, you know, so much of our agenda, our focus and our effort has of necessity to be adaptive and incremental based on quality improvements and quality assurance, really. That's the whole dialogue in most universities is around that. And at Swinburne, where we do embrace technology in almost everything we do, the Digital Aquarium gives us the opportunity to do just that a little bit more. You know, higher education, like all industries, has recognised technology as a disruptor. Any product has a life cycle, and higher education is no different. So we do need to move on, we do need to look over the horizon. So our challenge in the aquarium is to make that disruption constructive and productive for our students, for our university, indeed for our sector. Follow the Vice-Chancellor, why not globally too as well? So really, in a way, this is a little space for doing a few more risky things, bit more radical, a bit more over the horizon, take a few chances, have a bit of fun. So I'm absolutely delighted to be part of this celebration. I'd like to thank all my colleagues in Learning Transformation Units for their efforts in getting this so far, so fast. But particularly to John and Lucinda, who have done an incredible job. Thank you very much. So very best wishes from me to the future of the Digital Aquarium and all who swim in her. I'd like to pass you over to the Minister. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, Gilly. And now we have the privilege of inviting the Honourable Nick Wakeling MP, Minister for Higher Education and Skills in the Victorian Government, to formally launch the Digital Aquarium.
Well, thank you very much. And can I also start by acknowledging the traditional owners on the land on which we stand, and I would also like to pay my respects to elders both past and present. Can I acknowledge Professor Linda Kristjanson, the Vice-Chancellor here at Swinburne, to Professor Gilly, who's so passionate in her role here as the Pro-Vice-Chancellor. And also I'd like to acknowledge Andrew Dempster, who's the Head of Corporate and Government Affairs. I'd like to pay special tribute to the industry partners here, and I'm very pleased to see the collaboration that's happening between higher education and industry. And I'd like to acknowledge Craig Gledhill from Samsung, John Young from Blackboard, Emilio Parenti from Microsoft, Reg Johnson from Cisco Systems, and I think there's also representatives from Adobe here as well. Can I also pay tribute to the staff and also the students? In all of this, we tend to forget the reason we do this is actually for the students and providing them with educational opportunities. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm delighted to be here today to launch this fantastic institution's digital aquarium. Swinburne University is rightly proud of its history, and as we've heard, it's had a commitment for over 100 years to innovation in education. And it's emboldened by its rich history. Swinburne University has always had a sharp focus on the future. And I'm very pleased to see the partnership with the organisations that I mentioned, Adobe, Blackboard, Cisco, Microsoft and Samsung, because that embodies this institution's aspirations to continue at the forefront of innovation and technology. The Digital Aquarium will support staff across the university to experiment with new technology in order to enhance their teaching and engage more effectively with students. And it will also drive improvements in the quality of teaching and support improved student experiences and outcomes. And it's also going to support Swinburne to continue as a sector leader in online delivery, and we were talking about this today. Swinburne currently has over 7,000 students who are studying online. That's 7,000 students that are currently studying with this institution from all across Victoria, with many in regional and remote parts of Victoria, and that's just a fantastic opportunity, the fact that those Victorians have had the opportunity to participate through this wonderful institution. And this innovation lab will do much to support these students, and I do congratulate you for that. The government encourages partnerships between educators and industry, and this is a wonderful example of what can actually be achieved. And it's not driven by government, it's actually driven by the institution themselves. It's driven by institutions who can come up with ideas, finding business partners that actually understand the vision, and they've helped you realise that vision. And I do congratulate you, but also the business partners, for what you've been able to achieve. Can I thank Swinburne on behalf of the government for its commitment to continuing innovation and professional development for your educators. And I look forward to seeing further examples of the technology on offer here today. Thank you very much, and it's with great pleasure that I'm here to officially launch this new facility and the Digital Aquarium. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Mr. Wakelings. We will now have we will now be cutting the ribbon. So we invite the Minister, Professor Kristjanson and Professor Salmon, to come up to the front.
We're right now? Yeah. So it's with great pleasure that I officially open the Digital Aquarium. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. So we now invite the Minister and Professor Kristjanson to meet our technology partners. And in the meantime, we will be serving drinks and food at the back. Please feel free to stay around and enjoy yourselves. Thank you for coming today. And if you do wish to visit the Digital Aquarium again, please feel free to contact myself.
This has been a Swinburne production.